Okay, so it is the end of the school year, or it could be the beginning of the school year, depending on, or middle, depending on whenever you do watch this video. Um, but there's a time where we need to sort some information and we don't want to be able to produce a tremendous amount of spreadsheets. We want an add-on to be able to do that for us. For this example, I'm using this is a generic sheet, so everything's fictitious. I even used a random name generator for this. But if I was to pull information from my student information system like PowerSchool and export it and import it in a big long list of information from teachers, student names to something like publishing and permissions. So is it okay for your student to have your work or image be posted online? It's something that's important when it comes to student privacy. So if I have a spreadsheet that has this information, how am I going to be able to quickly look this up and provide this information to my teachers so that they know if the work can be published online or if it's easy for anybody to be able to see this within the school? So here, what I'm going to do is I already have the information on here. It's a very short list, but it could be bigger, obviously, if I export like the whole school. So this one is once again fictitious. All I have it labeled as my teacher, first name, last name, work, and images. And if there's a 1 on it, that obviously means it's okay. So at this point, what I'm going to be using is I'm going to use an add-on that is going to be called rowCall. And if I get that add-on from the add-on store, all I need to do is hit start. And just like any add-on, it will open up on the right-hand side and give you the opportunity to manipulate what you want to see here. So right now, what column do I want to use to determine which row, which is going to separate into each individual tab for me? So teacher is probably the most important thing because at this point I could generate a sheet for each one of my teachers, and if I was to give them a sheet, they'll get it, or I could have a master sheet that'll auto-generate for me. So if I pick teacher from this list, it's almost ready to go. Now these last two things make sense. Source sheet has column headers, so that makes sense. That determines that the teacher is going to be pushed out to one of these sheets. And automatically update sheets. Now this is nice. Quick note here, if you want to do this for your school, the person that owns this is the person that probably wants to edit this. You could provide other collaborators, but I've noticed that if somebody else was making any updates, I don't see it running correctly, even though that person may have roll call. So your best bet is have one person take ownership of this, produce this, and have it automatically update the sheets. And what happens is before I hit sort update, if I was to add more people onto this list by updating the sheet all at once, it should auto update the rest of these tabs for us. But right now, let's hit sort update, and here we go. So now on the bottom, you're noticing that I have now a worksheet for each one of my teachers, Fraser, Madden, and Hanson, with those individual students. And I also have sheet one, which is my main copy, my master roster of all the students. Now once again, very short list, fictitious names, it doesn't matter. But what's really nice about this is that now I have one for each teacher so they can look at and see any information you want them to see. For this one, this is a demonstration of seeing who has rights, who has privacy rights to be able to show student work or their own images online. But you could obviously use your imagination. So this, once again, is called rowCall. You could get it in the add-on section Sheets. It is awesome. It's a time saver. Try it out.